Is this the new gold standard in three-row crossovers? What you're looking at here is the refresh 2026 Honda Pilot, and it's going up against some really stiff competition. So in today's video, we're going over all the exterior changes, all the interior changes, and also talking about what Honda has done mechanically to differentiate the 2026 from the 2025. Now, first and foremost, the big exterior change is the front end. Honda has gone bold with this grille. So as is the trend with most new crossovers and these large openings in the front end, Honda has embraced that with this gray grille on this Trail Sport version of the Pilot. And you're also going to notice a new color for the Trail Sport for 2026, this ash green. Now, I really want your guys' feedback. Do you like the big grille look? It's one of those things I think people are either really going to appreciate and embrace, but I also know it's not going to be to the taste to a lot of people. Now, in this particular trim, it's kind of this shiny gray material, and that Honda badge is large and in charge. It's one of the largest badges I've ever seen on a new Honda product. Now, if we come around to the front of this, you're going to see that daytime running light signature that kind of feeds its way toward that middle slot of the grille there. We've got these little aero vents to help direct air around the front of the car. Below that, we do have the integrated fog lights, and then being a Trail Sport, if I poke my head just underneath there, it is going to have an integrated skid plate with a recovery point in the front end. Now, this Trail Sport Pilot, when it debuted a couple years ago, really elevated Honda from building very mild off-road crossovers to something a little bit more capable for regular trail use. So it's got real skid plate protection. It also has a nice set of tires, at least for a car in this class. So what we're looking at here is a Continental terrain contact. So it's not what I would describe as a super aggressive all-terrain, but it's a lot better than the street-oriented all-seasons you're going to find on other Pilots. And this Trail Sport, it's going up against some pretty tough competition, especially for the 2026 model year, because Hyundai has released their new Palisade XRT Pro, and we've also seen the new Telluride and some of the off-road options they have in those, and those now have integrated front recovery points, as does the Honda. It's just hidden underneath. But what differentiates the Honda from those is the phenomenal IVTM4 all-wheel drive system. So it's got a very trick torque vectoring rear diff that's not just reliant on brakes to distribute torque. It can actually do so mechanically, which is very, very smart. Now, coming around to the back of this Pilot, you are going to notice, of course, tow hitch there. These are rated to tow, I believe, 5,000 pounds. Pilot outlined in this kind of cool Trail Sport orange, big and bold Trail Sport badge down there. And then this model does have the gloss black roof rails, and it also has these flat black unpainted mirrors. Now, let's go ahead and check out the trunk space in this Pilot. I'm gonna pop it open here. One touch operation that's gonna glide on up. Now the third row is up. In this Pilot, we can put it down by, this would be easier to do with one hand. Two hands, excuse me. Oh man, Micah, come on. There we go. So with a pretty simple operation, if you have two hands, that's just gonna glide down. You do have a flat load floor. This one is equipped with the captain's chairs. Let me go ahead and close up this power trunk. And let's go ahead and take a look at what Honda is doing on the interior here. See if I can't fold that up. Very nice. So one thing they've added for the 2026 model year in this Trail Sport, heated rear seats and this cool brown material, kind of a two-tone finish with this black and the brown. And there you can see that heating element down there. This has the full panoramic sunroof, and rear seat space in the back I think is going to be adequate for kids, right? Maybe some adults on shorter trips, but you know, not bad back there. Now let's go ahead and check out the front of the Pilot and see what is what in here. Now, bold and big is going to be the theme for this entire vehicle. So up here at the front end, we're going to notice some added technology. So we've got a 10.2-inch digital instrument cluster along with a 12.3-inch full touchscreen display. Now, if you're used to other Honda products, this is going to be very familiar. It does run the Google operating system. You can see here we're at the Los Angeles Convention Center for the LA Auto Show 2025. It works well, and I really like how they're not afraid to use a little bit of color on this, so it's a little bit more vibrant than some other systems that I've seen, and it still does incorporate a volume knob, albeit a really tiny one. Now, below that, we do still have physical HVAC controls, a big win in this Pilot. Dual zone automatic climate control, actually tri-zone if you include the rear settings. We've got physical buttons for on, off, and rear settings, USB-C ports here, wireless charging. You still have the push button transmission selector, reverse, neutral drive, and then we also have the various drive modes located down here. The seats, I really do like the brown against the orange in this Trail Sport. I think that was a very classy addition, and it's just a very functional, usable interior. Now here's the thing, I do think that Hyundai and Kia have really upped their game when it comes to interiors, and Honda is going for more of that functional route. I don't think it's bad, but it certainly doesn't have that pop you're going to find in the Hyundai or the Kia. Get my live one take here, trying to open up the hood with one hand. There we go. So underneath the hood of the Pilot, we're going to find the same 285 horsepower naturally aspirated V6. So where a lot of its competition is going to turbo Fords, Honda sticking tried and true with that turbo, that naturally aspirated 6. And they also have a conventional torque converter automatic. Now, let's talk about pricing and availability. This goes on sale according to Honda next month. And here you can see the pricing. So pricing for 2026 starts at $40,200. Black Edition, we're looking at mid-50s. And then what we're looking at here is a Trail Sport, about $50K. And you can see some of the features here. Now mechanically, it's very similar to the outgoing model, but there are some tweaks. So for example, Honda has retuned the electric power steering system in the 2026 Pilot. But really, the big news here is going to be that bolder front end, the new screens, some new colors like this ash green, as well as those heated rear seats. But I'd love to know your guys' opinion. Did Honda do enough to keep the Pilot competitive? Because I really do feel like Hyundai and Kia have moved the bar up a little bit with that very Range Rover like Palisade and Telluride. Toyota, you know, Toyota's got a loyal following, staying true with their Highlander products. And you got the, you know, potentially Ford Explorer, Jeep Grand Cherokee in this segment. So it's very competitive. Chevy Traverse and the GMC Twin, right? You know, Pilot has been a mainstay in the US for well over 20 years, and I think that some of the updates have been good on this car, but I really like to see them push the bounds a little bit on interior design. But more importantly, I'd love to see them update the 26 model year with a hybrid system, because I just had a chance to drive the Palisade hybrid. That's fantastic. The Highlander hybrid is really good, and you know what those vehicles offer is similar space but much better fuel economy. But to Honda's credit, they've got what many consider to be a more simple, maybe even durable powertrain. Naturally aspirated V6, torque converter automatic transmission, and that legendary iVTM4 all-wheel drive system. So I'm excited to get this thing out on the road. Hopefully we'll have a chance to drive it here shortly. This is just my first look at the 2026 Honda Pilot here at the LA Auto Show 2025. Drop me a comment below what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.